again, people. This is a pretty little thing busting out in Texas here. So the Speaker of the House of Texas here, Bonin, I think his name is, Dennis Bowen. He's a Republican. Evidently, Chris Salcedo, the liberty-loving Latino on WBAP, has the audio tape. If you want to listen to it, you can click here. It's an hour long. And in this tape, this guy says things, I'm not sure I'm so offended, but everyone seems to be outraged by it. So the speaker says things like, I want to get rid of these liberal pieces of shit. Well, right away, I like the guy when I heard that. But then he goes on to say that he loves Trump, but he's killing us. He's also appointed the number 2 as a Democrat. And he's also got some left-leaning friends, and he's kind of promoting some Democrats who are supposedly moderate Democrats, which I don't think that is. It's kind of like a moderate, Nazi. You can't be a moderate. The left is freaking left-wing loons, and they want to destroy the country, and they're the enemy. So I agree with this guy. However, it sounds like he's playing both sides of the fence. He's trying to use... He attacked in this hour tape where he was secretly audio taped by a group. What was the name of the group? Something Grassroots Texas or something. So anyway, in this tape, he says he wants this group to attack some conservatives that aren't conservative enough, and they're kind of left-leaning. They're calling them moderate Republicans. I said conservative. He called them Republicans because I think there's a difference between a Republican and a conservative. But, so he's going after his own party, and he's trying to undermine the Republican Party in Texas to get Texas to turn blue. Although, he's a Republican and he's a speaker. So I'm kind of torn on this, and I'm not 100% sure where I stand on this guy because I just don't know enough. But the tape is a little bit damaging. He promises this guy press passes that he couldn't get, and they actually are suing, trying to get their press passes. And he's like, hey, I'm the speaker. I can get you those passes if you attack my enemies. But the Republicans are saying the Republicans that he's going after, if he gets them out, liberals are going to take their place, which is going to help turn Texas blue. So, the tape's out there. If you want to listen to it, you can go to WBAP. That's 8:20 a.m. in Dallas, Fort Worth area. And Chris Salcedo's show has the tape. You can listen to it. He didn't have a download link. I couldn't download it. I wanted a transcript so I could kind of go over it line by line. But the things that seem to be the most things is he's promising favors and press passes to attack fellow Republicans. So that pissed off the Republicans. And he's talking about the liberal pieces of shit, which I have no problem with. I'd rather... Look, the left is all about censorship. They don't like anything... They hate the truth. Because the left can only live and thrive in lies and deception. So the left is the enemy of the state, and I got no problem. I make no apologies. If I offend you, you may be a good guy, and you're just a freaking idiot because you're left wing and you don't understand the damage that it does and how you're destroying your own country. And being on the left is like tying a noose around your neck with the other end tied to a tree, and you're watering a tree because sooner or later that tree is going to grow up and hang you. And that's what the left is. They want to destroy the country. They want to destroy freedoms. They want to flood the country with anybody but founders, patriots, and Americans because they hate the Americans. They think we're mean and evil, and they just want to flood it with third world countries so we can be a shithole because we don't deserve to be good. That is the left. And I don't care how you cut it. You can't fight me with evidence. You can just come here and call me a left hater, a right-wing Republican. You can throw out racist, cake. You can throw out all the bud words you want to try and shut me up. But I am 100% confident in what I believe, and I like this country. And I got no problem with the country the way it was founded, and I got no problem with where we've done and what we've done in the world. And we are still the strongest, greatest country, and we have the most freedoms. And the Second Amendment is the key to everything. Because once they get the second, and the left wants it because they know it, once they get the second, the first, fourth, fifth, all other amendments will fall right behind it. They're already falling every day. It used to be the left was just after the second. and they only attack gun owners. But now they're after free speech. They don't want you talking against them, etc. So, this article, and there's quite a few different threads on it, where they're talking about whether this guy is good or bad and who's going after him. The left is mad. Now they want the Texas Rangers to investigate. Texas Rangers is just like the state DOJ. They work for the Texas Attorney General. They're basically his investigators. The Attorney General is kind of like the DA of a county. He's just the DA of the state. So he has his DA investigators, which is the Texas Rangers. And basically those guys do his investigation. So they want him to investigate him for possible crimes. The left is going to use this to benefit them. The right's going to use it to benefit them. The bottom line, look, if you're against the left, an enemy of my enemy is my friend. So it is what it is. And it just boggles my mind, because I've got a few left people that make some pretty reasonable comments. And most left are totally unreasonable. They can't think, and they just regurgitate what they're told. So what boggles me is, how can somebody that's on the left really understand that the left is such a toxic and evil party? Now look, I'll be the first to say, the only thing worse than a two-party system, everybody complains, two-party system, go away. But look, the only thing worse than a two-party system is a one-party system. And that's communism. That's a one-party system. So I'm not necessarily about wiping out a counter party. I think having an alternate party that keeps the other party in check and that rats on them and holds them accountable and it exposes corruption, I think all that's good. That's not what the left does. The left lies, cheats, will do anything to get elected to push their agenda. They don't care about the country. They want a one-party state. They want communism and socialism, and they want to be the only one making rules. It's not about holding Republicans, conservatives, the other side accountable, and I'm all for that. But the left is not about that. It's about destroying the Constitution, because that limits government. The left wants to take over government because they want to be the party in charge, because they think they'll do it right. They can open the borders. They can flood the country. They can make criminals not criminals. They can make, mean founders, patriots the enemy. They can make gun owners the enemy. They can make people that talk against the left the enemy, just like communism does. I mean, the left is a perfect example of communism, but, you can't tell somebody who believes the left in that. They just hate, they're so blinded by hating conservatives and Republicans that they think the left is the only option. And the left is not an option. But anyway, big issue in Texas. The main statements I get that people are most upset about is he kind of talks shit about Trump, saying I love him, but he's killing us, which basically means he's kind of like not supporting the party. He's trying to go after fellow Republicans. People are pissed off about that, and he's saying liberals are pieces of shit. So parties, other parties are upset about that. You know what? It is what it is. It's typical politics. The thing that I got is he had to be recorded to find this out. He ought to be saying this in public. He ought to just be, why can't people just say what they are? See, the left doesn't want you to say what you are. The left, YouTube and them, they want to censor everything because they don't want a counterpoint. They don't want people to be able to think. They don't want people to gather information that they don't like. They want to keep you dumb and stupid and only shove their agenda down you so you think that's the only right way and everyone else is wrong. I'm the opposite. I'm like, let an idiot show you he's an idiot. Let people who are really racist or criminals or terrorists, let them show, let them talk, let them share, let them post, let them put up videos. It's easier to track them. It's easier to know who they are. It's easier to find out who your enemy is and really find out who people are. But the left never wants you to know who they are. They're all about deception, lies, telling you who to blame, pointing at everyone else, telling you what they're doing, never cleaning their own house. Republicans at least will clean their house. Republicans are going to attack him. They're not going to protect him like the left would. He's a Republican. Republicans are going to come out and tell him he's freaking wrong. That's the problem with Republicans, is we expose ourselves. We kind of clean our own house a little bit, and the left never, ever goes against anybody on the left, no matter what they do. But that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. We'll end that there.